The camp one?
Yeah, you know, the gay one.
Oh, no, he's not in this one.
Oh, why are you going to have him in?
He's a good guy.
A good guy?
Yeah.
The man is built like a brick house and talks like a dog.
That's the funny thing about it. I might as well tell you about this. There's a character called Cannon Crusher. He's giving it away now. Well, it's supposed to be a surprise.
That's what I do, mate. That's what I do best.
Okay. And the main character meets up with this character called Cannon Crusher. And no, he's 8 foot tall. He's built like a brick, as he said. And he's covered in armour, and he's got all these incredible, horrible weapons. He's got tattoos and scars, and he's hairy. And he like walks up to Jason with big stunking feet. And Jason's like, "Oh, hello, Cannon Crusher. How are you?" And he goes, "Well, I'm fabulous, Ducky." And yourself? Hello. Can you do that as fast as me? And welcome back to the second part of this T.H.CooneyArt video. If you watched the first part, you'll know what this is all about. If you haven't, then what are you doing here? Here's part 1. Watch it. Behold, the Forces of Evil Mark II. My proper masterpiece, the finest drawing in my collection. As you can see, I worked extra hard on making sure the characters were proportionate this time. And how? Well, by asking my tutors from uni on how to do it. Thanks, guys. Let's start with the Illusionist. This character's gone through a number of radical changes. As you can see, he looks big now. He's a good 6'9", and he's now 1.8 billion years old. He's doing well for 1.8 billion, isn't he? You might be asking, how on earth does he live for that long? Well, this is partly due to his character change. He doesn't have all those ridiculous telekinetic powers anymore, he just has telekinesis. Now that may not sound like much, but the thing is, his telekinesis is so incredibly strong that he can not only lift the heaviest of objects easily, but he can alter their very molecules in any way he wants, just through willpower. Just imagine, with this kind of power, he can do virtually anything. He can destroy any barricade, create any object he wants, and even part molecules as dense as those in diamond. Speaking of diamond, he's also done that to his own skeleton. He's duplicated the molecules in his skeleton and compressed them back together so many times that they're as hard as diamond and virtually impossible to break. But how does he cheat death? Well, he uses his telekinesis to remove old and dying cells from his body and replace them with new ones, effectively staying young. And he's been doing that for the past 1.8 billion years. In his 1.8 billion year lifetime, he has seen everything, done everything, got lots of experience, so he's not only the most formidable, godly power supervillain imaginable, but he's also the most intelligent life form known to man. He is the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of 34 universities, which he teaches at, fluent in all known languages, the celebrated author of 291 books, and the leader of the most formidable and catastrophic evil force in the galaxy. If you've done any artwork, put it on deviantart.com, like I have, because you get lots of good feedback. A lot of what's in this piece was influenced by people's feedback on DeviantArt. For example, the Illusionist's boots in the previous version were far too distinct, and they were kind of like the star of the show. So as you can see, I've darkened them down a bit.
And don't throw your artwork away!
There's the Lady Andromeda. As you can see, she's much more proportionate to the Illusionist, but her head is still a bit too small, according to some people on DeviantArt. Do you realise I drew that head 12 times? 12 times! She's now 700 years old, and how? Well, because the Illusionist uses the same cell elimination and regeneration technique on her. In fact, she's the only partner who's allowed him to do that. All his other hundreds of partners throughout the past history have denied it, and so he outlived them, including his children. But they will be together for eternity. Since she's 700 years old, she is incredibly intelligent and very well trained. She can drive and pilot just about anything, and she still has the plasma energy research. But I've kept that long scarlet coat. I love long coats, I don't know how you can possibly tell that. But I'm not telling you any more backstory. If you want to know the backstory, you'll have to wait until I publish the book. I'm so mean, aren't I? But the kid is not my son. There's Solarath. As you can see, he's a bit more tech-savvy. And I've kept his clothing sort of the same, but made him look like he's built a few more things. As you can see, he's got highly technological shotguns now, instead of swords. I kept the name because I liked it. He is now the co-founder of Massacre Industries, which he founded alongside the Illusionist. And this industry makes a lot of the Evil Army's equipment and weapons. including the artificial muscle fibre system that he's got on his arms and the really tough armour. That's Tony Stark, I know, but I think Tony Stark is a really generic character trait, and there have been numerous real people throughout history who have done the same thing, invented incredible weapons and made billions out of it. So yeah, he makes about $1 billion a year. And I decided to make the metal half of his face part of his face rather than strapped to it. Necrosis is pretty much the same, though as you can see I improved her suit. I'll take this time to mention a little inspiration. I have always loved the Disney villain Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, ever since I was 6. So I took inspiration from her black and purple uniform and added it to my character. Mercurial has been slightly improved, but I wanted to make his suit look a bit more anatomical, like the human body, slowly deviating from the Tron Legacy suit design. Sorry, Michael Wilkinson. His spear has become a rather significant item in the book, and that will come in handy later on towards the end. The illusionist made that spear for him and is probably going to regret it. As you can see, he now has blonde hair because I recently noticed that I had a terrible habit of giving all my characters black hair. And he's also got a pair of high technological glasses that allow him to scan and see an entire environment and see dangers and hidden things and what his opponents have against him. There's Zeitgeist, although it probably won't be for much longer. And here is Thunderboss, looking 10 times better in my opinion, with a face. Here's a good technique. If you're going to design a character, then write their backstory first. Write their name, place of origin, their age, how they came to be the way they are, all the history, and then draw the picture based on that description, because then your character designs itself. That's the mistake I made with the previous version. I kept on drawing the characters and then writing their backstory. It doesn't work. For example, supposedly he was shot in the head, and still he dug the bullet out with a pair of pliers and got back up. Supposedly. You can see his gun now. It's an antimatter cannon, so incredibly powerful. One shot could probably flatten a small town. He's not compensating for anything, before you ask. I'm extraordinarily proud of this piece, partly because I realised my own mistakes and took feedback from fellow deviant artists. This piece is quite a personal achievement. Rather than having the characters in their own poses, like in the last one, I have most of them looking like they were walking towards the camera, which is pretty cool if you ask me, and kind of like most cool movie posters, because these characters were meant to look cool. And I made sure the characters were proportionate and positioned correctly and that there were no conflicts, like in the last one. I also made an effort to differentiate characters' faces, particularly the Illusionist, Solarath and Mercurial. And as you can see, the background is a damn sight more interesting. I used my 3D software to create these planets, printed them off, cut it all out and spliced it together. I was considering putting a legion of evil soldiers in the background, but I thought that would have made the picture look a bit overcrowded, and a lot of fellow deviant artists quoted me on that. So there you have it, my ultimate masterpiece, my finest piece of work. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. If you don't subscribe, the Illusionist will come and get you. Did I mention he could fly? And don't be afraid to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
How the hell does your green screen survive? I don't know.
It's not actually fabric. Should be careful with this thing. It cost me 80 quid. Silver plated. For example, I could get my lines right. And as you can see his gun now. It's an antimatter cannon. As you can see his gun now. I just said that twice, didn't I?
Yes, you idiot.
There's the Lady Andromeda. As you can see, she's much more Silly me. You're in the shot.
You've got your little written... Oh shit.
That's alright.
You're recording now, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh shit. We have a flying Nagini past here. You're crap, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's a people are going to wonder why the hell there's a flying snake going across the screen.
That's what she said. Get out of the screen, I'm filming.
Oh, shut up, you girl.
Shh. Shh.
Night fever.
No, seriously, I'm doing the take. Shush.
That's horse today. 20 to 1. Go, 20 to 1.
I had that problem. You speak too fast.
And I do it.
I bet on the horse races today at 20 past 4. No, not at 20 past 4. That's the time I did it. Ah. I bet on the horse races today at 20 to 1. He gave me 20 past 4. Ah. My wife and I were fighting like hammer and tongs the other night. She won because she had the hammer. Look, you see that? This one does the same look.
Do you know the one, the loft one?
Yes.
Go on, what's that one?
I was cleaning out the attic last night with the wife. Filthy, dirty, covered in cobwebs, which is good to the kids.
Do you want the Bee Gees on or something?
I'll probably put music in the background.
Please tell me that is going in as an outtake.
Solar Earth is not Solar Earth. Mercurial has been slightly improved. There's that cat.
That's a bit random for the camera, ain't it? There's that cat.
There's that bloody cat out there. He drives my cats insane. Fortunately, there's not much chance of that happening.
Are you recording now?
Yes.
Do you fancy a McDonald's?
Yeah.
Good. We can have McDonald's.
On the way, maybe. I might have McDonald's for dinner, I don't know.
Actually, no, don't forget it, because I'll probably have one in town.
Yeah. We usually have egg and chips on Friday anyway. We're recording all this. This is just fascinating, isn't it?
Absolutely fascinating, darling. Absolutely fascinating.
Let's start with the illusionist.
Oh, sorry there, ducky.
And don't be afraid to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Yeah.
That's too soon.
Oh, bollocks. Go on, do it again. I'll do it again.
And don't be afraid to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Yeah.
Don't do it at all!
You can edit it out, you fool.
No, I need time to walk away and fade the video. And if you've got that yaha in the background... But I'm not going to tell you any more backstory. I'm going to be really mean and tell you to wait until I've finished.
What the hell is British?
Written and finished.